Welcome to the pre-race show, as we like. Yeah, it just started it. Welcome to the pre-race show. My name is Bryn. We have some special guests, some playoff guys. Even the owner in here, of course, to give his message to all the drivers. It's gonna be a fun one. The last race of the round of 16. We're dwindling it down to 12 or 10 drivers for the next round. It's gonna be a fun one. So the first one that we brought into the booth was Fenris. We're going down to 10 drivers. Or no, actually, Perk. My apologies. Perk, we brought you into the booth, man. It's been a roller coaster of emotions this season with the expansion of the playoff field. I think that helped you get into the playoffs. It did. Just give me your mindset as currently you're on the good seat. You're currently above, I think it's plus 13 Perk. What is your mindset going into a track like Chicagoland where it's really about momentum, not getting held up, and just ripping the bottom lane?
Um, my mindset is to qualify well, hopefully. Um, Keep good track position, just try and get stage points and get a top 10 finish and hopefully somebody who is below me does not win. Um, Hopefully it's somebody above me or somebody who's not a full-time driver, so it wouldn't really affect me. So, yeah, just drive the best I can and just control what's in my control and just live with the results.
So essentially, your game plan tonight is just do what you've been doing the last few weeks, being consistent, getting a few stage points here and there, and just being better than your peers below you. Currently, plus 13. What is your biggest worry about Chicagoland for like playoff style racing? What is your biggest worry tonight, and what is your strength at a track like this?
Um, I'd say my biggest worry is fuel mileage. I hope it doesn't come down to somebody below me that is currently looking out of the picture that's like below the cutoff. That would kind of
Yeah.
be really frustrating. And I'd say my strengths probably just, just being able to hang with guys, just run a good line, and just go with the flow of the race.
Gotcha. Well, Perk, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck tonight. Hopefully, you get into the round of 10, but it's definitely not going to be easy tonight as got a lot of good guys under the cutoff line.
Hey, yeah, but I have I have, I'm above a couple of guys, so, and I'm not directly on the cut
Got a
line, so
buffer.
that definitely helps. So maybe even if one of these guys below me wins, I still could make it in. So, just gonna do what I can do and just control what I can control and just have a good run, hopefully.
Yep. All right, Perk, you have a great night. Hopefully, we hear from you in the booth later.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next closest guy in the point standings to the cutoff line. He's actually one of my teammates in the Premier Series. Mr. Sterlo, how you doing, man?
Good about you.
Alright, Sterlo, it is gonna be one of those nights. You're only plus 8 above the cutoff line. You got a lot going into this race. What is your mindset for Chicagoland? Is this one of your favorite tracks? How good are you here, and what are your expectations tonight? Make sure you include your audio.
Yeah, I feel pretty good going into tonight. What hopefully can qualify top 15 and try to run top
Top 15.
15 for the race. And yeah, just try to stay out of trouble. But I feel good. I think we'll have about a 16th to 17th place car, and we just need to be there when it counts at the end.
16 to 7 place car. Alright, that's definitely a little hinting at your speed here. Sterlo, it's been I guess, tumultuous season. You don't have a win on the season. Do you think it's going to come tonight?
Probably not, but we'll see what happens.
Gotcha. Well, either way, Sterlo, you do have a buffer. It's plus 8, and there is someone below the cutoff line. Fenris is your buffer. What are your expectations to besides obviously having a I guess midfield machine? What is your goal tonight? Just get a great
Um,
finish, stage points.
They always
What's the
try to
goal?
get a top 15.
Gotcha. All right, Sterlo. Hopefully we hear from you later. Hopefully victory lane. I wish you the best of luck in the 16 machine.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna move on to someone who I really have talked to a lot. Every time we get down to these elimination spots, Fenris, you're always, I don't like to say jinx, but you're always there. And it's no different. You are on the cutoff line entering this week. We talked with you in the regular season finale when it was initially 12 cars, and now it's up to 16. And you have a chance to make it into the round of 10. Make sure you include your audio, Fenris. What is your mindset going into tonight as you're only +1 above the cutoff line at Chicagoland of all tracks?
Oh, I think I need to run top 10, try and get the stage points best I can, and really just hope that nobody below me wins, because there's no way I'm making it in if somebody below wins.
Gotcha. Well, Fenris, it's been that type of season. You've been on the edge all season long, and you know what's been happening? You've been able to capitalize. What are your thoughts on that? And also, I have very fond memories of you doing something here in this league that one season.
Well, I mean, Chicago's a good track for me. Ran some practice laps earlier, feel confident, so I think top 10 is pretty solid night for me. I think the biggest thing is not the wreck going into pit road like I did in the season finale and screw myself out of it.
Gotcha. Well, Fenris, I really think you'll be a top 10 car tonight. It's always good to have you in the booth, even though we get. I've been able to talk to you a lot pre-race because of all these close battles for the playoff spot. But I wish you the best of luck. +2 entering tonight. Good luck tonight. Hopefully, hear from you in the booth later.
Yep, hope so.
All right, I brought in someone who we really thought going into the playoffs before he sadly had to miss 2 weeks was really going to be one of the championship contenders. Irish, you're on the brink of elimination, but it's not over until tonight. It just crashed. No, it didn't. Oh, we're good. Hello?
Yeah,
All
I
right, we're
hear
good.
you.
All right, sorry about that. I thought my thing crashed because he left the party. Well, Irish, you're on the brink of elimination, but it's not over. You were the hottest driver and won the regular season championship, but after missing 2 races, you're -20 below the cutoff line. What is your mindset going into tonight with basically almost a must-win situation right now?
I'm going in thinking that it's a must-win, so I'm just gonna try and run up front all night and win the race. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Well, we've seen that a lot this season. I will state, I think it was either you guys. Yeah, it was you and Spartan and Lined. Everyone, I think, besides last week when Yeti and Melodramatic finally won, won a playoff driver, Yeti, and then Melo wasn't a playoff driver, won. You guys were the only people that won. So, Chicagoland, what is your thoughts on Chicagoland as a track? What do you think you're going to do well there, and what is one of your weaknesses at Chicagoland?
Really good track, multiple groove racetrack, even in the Xfinity cars. Um, really, I'm gonna struggle, uh, really just trying to protect from the dive bomb because there's gonna be a lot of dive bombs into 1 and 3 tonight, especially, you know, with this amount of cars and this amount of draft. So hopefully I just qualify up front and stay there. But, a lot
Yeah,
can
no.
happen.
Yeah, that's definitely the mindset going into it. I actually did a poll on my server. I know you didn't see it, but I'll give you the results. So, a lot of people, they were actually voted that you would point your way in tonight, which I think, in my opinion, is plausible as long as if you do what you did early in the season where you can win both stages, I think it's still possible. But I would say your mindset going into it, like you said, is gonna be a winner. Um, Good luck on that tonight, Irish. I do think you'll have some speed tonight. I don't know how good you were at Chicagoland, but every time you run this series, you were the regular season champion for a reason, and I'm gonna be looking for you up front.
All right, thank you.
All right, that is definitely a good interview session, but we are done with that. I wish the best of luck to all the drivers in this top 16 in points. Good luck tonight. Let's have a good battle. If you win below the cutoff line, good job. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. The gap is 2 points. Like, that's insanity. Tripp, I don't think was able to get in here. Sadly, he was -8. Uh, Irish is -20. Dodge is -31. GS and Leppy, Dodge, GS, and Leppy, I would say, are must-win situations at the moment. Georgia +15. Yeti on a win. He might miss tonight, but I brought in someone else. One of the admins of the league. Technically, I think now theoretically the owner, as we like to call him, Mr. Mets fan, who I think won on Saturday, or no, he actually won on Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, Mr. Mets fan.
Hello, Brent. It was Wednesday, but thank you for keeping up.
Well, yeah, that was definitely fun to see. But Mets fan, it is Chicagoland. One of the tracks that a lot of people hold dear in their hearts due to recent activities at that area. They run the Chicago Street Course instead of the actual oval now. So, what are your thoughts going into tonight? Xfinity, Chicagoland, one of the tracks that a lot of people love in this game. I will state though, it is kind of one groove in my opinion. You can use the second groove, but it's not as quick if you're on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a great track in my opinion. A lot of slipping and sliding, a lot of handling. First two stages should not involve fuel. Third stage might be a lap or two unless we get a caution right in the beginning, and it should be fine after that. If we get a caution third stage, a lot of people tonight. Should be the biggest field Backwoods has ever seen. As we will be
Oh,
Backwoods
wow.
until the season's over. It won't be the last time we'll get to see Chicagoland because we'll be doing another Xfinity series season, and Chicagoland will definitely be on that schedule. It should be fun. A lot of great drivers. Should be like a little preview of Premiere tonight. A lot of Premiere drivers tonight. Irish is back. Obviously, he's contending for to be a little spoiler in those playoffs and get above that top 10, and maybe take a win from a lot of people. And then yeah, a lot of contenders. I'm looking forward to it. A little, I'm always hesitant because so many drivers, but I trust a lot of people in this group. It's going to preview a lot of fast drivers. A lot of maneuvers. A little worried about stage 3 being a fuel mileage. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, sadly, I was able to get stages, but the last time I actually ran this racetrack, it was on 3x wear, so I don't actually know the tire wear and fuel.
Tire wear, I don't know if tire wear, but you'll be fine with tire wear. But fuel is 26 laps, and then stages are 22, 19, and 52.
15 and 53, or 50.
Yeah.
Okay, 52. 52 or 53. That works.
Yeah, it might be 53.
But Matt,
yeah.
I'm excited. This series, in my opinion, has been very, I guess, I've loved how it raced. Last week, though, in terms of race, I know we discussed it on the podcast, but we had two non-playoff guys going for the win. Haven't seen all season long. There was two new guys, Melodramatic and Banjo. I think they're returning. I don't know if Banjo is, but Melodramatic is returning tonight, if I'm not mistaken. He's subbing. I think he is. Yeah, gotcha. But
Yeah,
yeah,
got a lot of good drivers. A lot of great drivers.
do you see a situation like that happening again where a sub driver, like before, sneaks his way into victory lane? Do you see a situation where,
definitely
like, maybe
possible.
one of the...
I think the
Yeah,
only
I
sub
think
tonight officially is Stein in the 54.
that's another
Um,
contender.
Stein
That
is
is
also
another
somebody
contender.
who can definitely win. Everybody else, Asylums, obviously we know him from the Pro League fame. He's in an open car tonight. Mello's in an open car tonight. Do Prime is in an open car tonight. We get the return of Sterlo tonight, obviously. It should be fun to watch. Top
Hello?
heavy. It's gonna be NXT
Ooh.
drivers, who are great NXT drivers. Nobody on my shit list. In the NXT are racing tonight, and see how they interact with Premier drivers. It's a good test for them. And Xfinity cars are always great. Just like in real life, Xfinity always puts on the better show of the weekend usually, and
Okay. Okay.
I don't think
So
it's good.
Xfinity used to be like that. Tonight, like Bristol, Kyle Larson. I don't like to
Well,
get
Kyle, if
Irish
Kyle
horned
Larson,
up.
if Kyle Larson was
He
on the field,
dominated.
it would have been a great race. He just can
I
drive
know
everything in
it
the
would
world.
have.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
like to.
great.
He
You
is
put
a
him in
good
great
driver.
equipment, and he'll drive anything.
Yeah, I admit, I do like Xfinity.
Hmm.
I still root for Ryan Sieg personally. He's always been my favorite driver since like last season when he lost to Texas. I feel really bad for him.
Should
But
be
yeah,
great.
like you
It
said,
should be a great night. You and Hendrick should have a fun time tonight.
I'm
It should
excited.
be very fun. I'm happy that we get a turnout for playoffs. Usually, playoffs usually get a hit of people not wanting to show up. I'm still trying to figure out if certain people aren't showing up or not tonight. To fill in one more car if I need to.
30 plus
Obviously,
maybe. 30
if we
plus maybe.
have, yeah,
Whew.
maybe, if we have one person that was demoted from NXT who's trying to get their feet wet in Xfinity to get ready for May 31st. So if we can find one more ride, I'll probably get him in a car, depending on if he's available or
Gotcha.
not. Besides that, it should be fun. It's gonna be Holy Divines and me are gonna be racing for 30th, so that should be a fun drive.
You're racing for 30th,
Yep,
huh?
that should be fun.
Well, Mets, I wish you the best of luck. I don't know if you're gonna be racing for 30th. If you actually race, I think you'll be inside the top 20. No, let me say this: top 20. You actually race. I feel like tonight
I'll
we
definitely
might see
try.
a few mistakes. I think
I
we'll
can
see a
try
few more
more in
mistakes.
Backwoods than I can try in NXT or Premiere. But Xfinity cars have never been my forte. It's a car that you really have to drive your ass off, and it's really hard on with one hand on a
I love it.
controller. Um,
It is.
so I try my
I
best. I
think.
slide a lot. I don't protect my tires as good as I should. 13 laps is my limit. Hit the apron a lot. So we see. I'm not really cared about my performance or not, but as long as everybody else is having a good time and performs well, with less cautions, I'll be totally happy with it. And then see about fuel mileage on third stage, and then pit entry and pit exit. It's going to be key tonight. I fully believe you don't want to get a black flag when you're that top 10 or top 16 driver.
Oh yeah. What is okay? I know. I just got reported for bad interviewing by Impact. That is insane. So pit entry tonight, is it off of 3?
Off of
Just for
four.
anyone who's watching.
It's
Okay,
off of
so
four,
it's off of
just
4.
like Kansas last week. It is either at the signal on the backstretch or call out loud in the voice channel that you're pitting that lap, and then stay low all the way through 3 and 4, and then use the yellow line as your entry point to the pits. And so it's going to be difficult, but I expect everybody to be on their P's and Q's during the pit cycle. And obviously, we will only have one. If we have one, it's only going to be one in stage 3. So it won't be that big of an issue. But yeah, everybody's going to be their P's and Q's during that one little pit cycle and exit low and exit off of the backstretch, exit a 2 onto the backstretch.
So yeah, that is your pit procedures for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching and racing tonight, overall, I'm excited. Chicagoland, it's had some great racing. I've had some heartbreaking moments. I've lost the championship here. I've not made it to round of 4 because of this track as well. So in general, I kind of don't like this place, but at the same time, the racing here, when you can get it down, you learn the track. It is so fun at times because you're flying. You're basically around this whole track, full throttle, and it provides great racing. You're to see a lot of pack racing. It's really going to be patience based. I feel like if there's a lot of patience in this field, we'll see some great racing. I feel like there is a lot of premier guys, and that's going to translate to patience, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited. If they don't, I don't know what will happen. Overall, I don't know who I predicted on Wednesday night to win, but I'll tell you my predictions now. I feel like we're gonna have a new winner. I just have a good feeling tonight. It's not gonna be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a playoff guy, but it's gonna be someone who, I guess, has been on the brink of winning for a long time in the series. I'm gonna go with B13. Hasn't won in the Xfinity Series yet. He's on one of the most competitive teams in the series, ALTM, and I really think he's gonna get it done tonight. That is my prediction. And my dark horse, I'm gonna go with my trusty, not technically a dark horse, but under the cutoff line is Irish for my secondary pick. Irish, he missed 2 races. You might have forgot him, but he is really good. He won the regular season championship over everyone for a reason. He was really consistent, and I feel like him being back this week could be a factor in this race finish.
I'll be
I
getting
was gonna
ready
say
for the what's it called?
Admitting.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
And shout out Hendrick.
Shout out Hendrick. Metz is gonna become an admin. Woohoo! Wow, I got 3 people who report me every time I go live, man. I feel popular. You guys actually go to my stream, hit the report button, and then leave. Nah, Cobra, that's crazy. Irish just left the party as well. That's kind of crazy, bro. Reporting my TikToks? How dare you, bro? Wow, I see how it is. Wow. That hurts. That hurts the soul, bro. Do you know how hard that hurts my heart? Okay, I work very hard on my TikToks. Not like that. No homo. Alright. So yeah. Chicagoland. Speedy track. Do I wanna get on? Oh yeah, I should probably show you. Let me show you my bad scheme. You're gonna file a restraining order? What? I never touched anyone. There we go. That is my ugly ass 16 machine. We're gonna customize that as we wait for the race to start. Alright, what should we do? Monkey? Yeah, whatever. Yay. Monkey. You fudge head. What should we do? Let's do this. Look at that. No, that looks ugly as shit. What is Johnny? No, here's the thing. Yo. I need to know the scheme. What's the scheme colors? I know like the basic colors. I don't know the full scheme colors. Give me a second. Alright, there we go. What's the like actual colors? Like I don't know the like the numbers, etc. I want to oh my god, like I know like the type of design it is. I just don't know how to design it. Like what are the color schemes? Like what like paint scheme thing is it? I know like it's a Ford. He runs a Ford, by the way. Fucking red with white numbers. I am here, Brennan Slow. I've only raced with him in why are you saying "Mwahaha" like you're some evil villain, bro? The hell are you talking about? You ain't no villain, bro. Mountain Dew. Okay. Mountain Dew. You ain't no Disney villain, bro. Alright, you guys may be wondering, you're like in this stream, you're like, what the hell is he doing? This is pre-race shenanigans. This is one of my good friends. We're just making a scheme, and it absolutely looks hideous right now. I apologize. This looks hideous. Yeah. This is not his scheme. That's a black scheme! Brother! That's a black and silver scheme! God. The scheme that you gave me was inaccurate. And it's also matte. You did matte. Alright. Alright. That's not nice. Oh, it is. Okay. Well, it's confusing the hell out of me. Alright, we're gonna... There we go. It's white with black outline. Alright, gentlemen. Sorry about the shenanigans that I am going over. What? Do not say that, please. Ever again. There we go. Bright. What is this spoiler? It's red. Okay. I gotta remember. I don't know his scheme. I don't remember if he sent it to me once. I was hoping he would send it to... I wish I had it. Because it's a really good scheme. And I need to run it. And I technically don't have a league to run it in. But I need to, like... If I'm ever running, like, an open car or whatnot, I'll run it. That looks pretty good. It's not exact, but... Here's are getting ready to rock and roll. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, they're about to start the qualifying. We'll get this thing rocking and rolling in about just 1 minute. Yep, I heard about that. I wish you the best of luck, my good sir. Hello, Dusty, how you doing? Good luck tonight. Good luck to all you guys watching the stream. I appreciate you guys showing up to the pre-race. I know you guys, are focusing on the race, but I really do appreciate it. It helps me out massively, and I can't thank you guys enough. Tonight should be a very fun one. Chicagoland, I'm gonna say this first and foremost before we get into this. We might see some single file racing, but I think it's gonna be fun. I really don't. I really do think this is probably one of the best Xfinity series in the league and like the game because it's a mix of drivers. It's a diversity, a lot of NXT Premier. That's why I think it flows really well. I think this is a great, like, people can learn from one another in this league. I think that's one of the things I like about Backwoods is not just one series alone. Now, it's actually multiple series blending. And it used to be like that for NXT, but now it's a little different. They're not just blended, they work together. Or no, NXT is separate from Premier now, but in this series it's combined and it's Xfinity cars, my favorite series in the game. I love these things to death. I will always say this. They're the best cars in Heat 5. And I refuse to take back that statement. While yes, they're not the best handling, I think the handling is, I think it's really even. I think it allows the driver to take hold of the car. It has different handling, it runs smoothly, and I love it. Hendrick is gonna be here whenever he needs to be, so you stay here, EXO. You're trapped here, buddy. Alright, alright. Yeah, no, I'm locking up your Twitch account, and it has to stay on my channel forever. Yeah. Sorry, guys. You're stuck here forever. Haha, you think kidnapping's the only thing I did? Nah, I'm joking. I also robbed you, bro. You didn't realize that? That's how I afforded a shifter. I didn't. I'm joking. I'm joking. Alright, we're just gonna wait for the invite. They're about to start their qualifying session up. It is 11 Eastern on the East Coast, so I am excited. We should have about 27, a lot of good guys. Like I said earlier, it's gonna be a fun one in Chicagoland. I love this track. No, actually, I don't personally love the track. I just love how it runs at times, because I've learned the line a little bit, and it's so much fun when you're in rhythm, because you're just able to rip it behind someone. Hello, Spartan. How you doing, man? Good, good luck tonight. You're one of the guys who I would say is pretty much a lock for the next round, but still got to get a good finish to officially get in. Yeah, you're plus 32, so decent top 15 you're getting in. We're now just waiting for them to start up the lobby. Nathan has his point of view up. 29 in the race lobby. Never mind. He ran the wrong number. Alright, Nate. I got your ass this time. You ran the wrong fucking number. What a noob. What a noob. What a noob. Running the wrong number. Can't believe that. Tisk tisk tisk. He's running the 68 now. Tisk tisk tisk. Ew. It joined.
It joined.
Yeah, it.
It joined. No, 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 no. Let's redo that statement.
Yeah.
Let's redo that statement here. It's hi, Hendrik. Hi, Brent. How are you?
I'm just doing what Camel would do.
Well, you're not. What, bruh? You're not.
I'm
You're
just
not,
saying.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No. No.
I'm just saying what Camel would say.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Already redeeming it that early. You guys are wasting it. Alright, they're starting at the practice, or qualifying actually, my apologies. Should be a fun one. There we go. I'm already in, and I should not invite you. But I will, because I'm a kind soul. I'm a kindred soul, you know? I like to invite people. You don't ask about if you like the beginning of the season, though. That's beside the point. For like NXT or Premiere, when I didn't invite you that one time. No questions asked about that. Alright, so it's going to be the biggest field in Backwoods Racing League history. We have upwards of potentially 30 people in this field. It's going to be stacked. It's going to be probably a little chaotic. But overall, I'm excited. I don't like that big of fields personally, because what usually happens with big fields is it gets a little chaotic. But with this group that we know in ODRL, they can run upwards of 30 and maybe have a fairly good race. So I believe in these guys. I mean, it's a good field. First up is Mr. Mets fan, league owner. We talked to him earlier. He's just trying to run some laps, get some fun in, admin the race. It might be one of those admin nights, as we got a lot of people in the event. Fenris, we also talked to him. One of the guys, actually the playoff bubble as of this moment. So he is racing for something tonight. It's going to be a key night for him. He's got to have a good finish to get himself into the round of 10.
Next up, someone who has no worries about this first round tonight is Mr. Yeti, who locked himself in after winning at Phoenix. We'll see if the 92 could go 2 for 3 tonight in this first round. And then we got Mr. Dusty in the 36 machine. Melodramatic drove the 36 last week. Now tonight, Dusty will be the one driving it. We'll see if the 36 car will be there at the end once again.
I will say, Dusty is really good in Xfinity cars. I ran a full season with him before, and he's really good in these cars, so I expect something big from him tonight. K-Therms, one of the guys who's been consistent all season long. He's above that cutoff line, currently in the green, aka the good spot. Has people to protect him if he has a bad run tonight, so I would say if he just has a decent finish, top 15, he's pretty much locked into the next round of the playoffs. Next up is Spartan. He was the hottest driver heading into the playoffs, and while he hasn't got the win so far, he's been really solid, and that gives him a chance tonight where he just needs a decent, not even a great finish, a decent finish. He is really above the cutoff line at the moment. He's plus 32, so even a solid top 20 maybe will get him in, as long as he gets some stage points.
Next up, we have Line to Cone. Line Cone looking the rebound from last week when he pretty much led the majority of Stage 3. Then he had some issues exiting pit road on the last round of stops. We'll see if Line can get his redemption tonight. Line in a decent spot here for this first round, plus 50. So pretty much a starting park locks him in. Cowboy Tech in the 44. Finished 20th last week at Watkins Glen, 2 laps down. We'll see if Cowboy Tech improves on that finish later on tonight. And also, Impact, I appreciate the 5 Tier 1 gift subs to the chat. Really appreciate it.
Alright, next up on the order in the court is Exo Austin in the 21. I think he ran... Gotta double check. I don't know if he ran last week. He did run last week, finished 13th. I think he ran fairly well at... Yeah, he finished 13th last week. He's not in the playoffs, but he's looking to redeem himself, get a top 10 tonight. Next up is Sterling. We also talked to him a little bit. One of the guys who I thought going into the season, he would be one of those guys who... He's up there for the wins, but I don't know if he takes the series as seriously as he wants to. But he's been very strong. I expect something strong from the 16. I expect him to be up front. But he is one of the guys on a brink of elimination if he doesn't have a good run. He's only plus 8, and one guy below him, Fenris. It's not fully safe for him. He's got to have a good run and some stage points tonight.
Next up, we got Mr. Holy, Divines in that 99 machine. Divines, I think, would be a good sleeper pick tonight. He's not one of those playoff drivers. However, he did race last week. He drove the 11 car and finished 19th. Next up, speaking of that 11 car, how ironic, here we are with Leffy. Pressure's on for Mr. Leffy, below the cut line tonight. And when I mean below the cut line, he is rock bottom on the cut line. 54 points back
Must
for
win.
the 11 car. A must win pretty much for this 11 car. We'll see if he pulls it off tonight.
Next up is someone, I think, making their first ever start, maybe second, Expires. We haven't seen him start in the series. He's making a start with a lot of guys, 30 plus, so I'm wishing the best of luck. Good luck tonight, 61 Expires, and that's all I got to say to that. I wish you the best of luck. Next up is Melodramatic. That insane finish from Watkins Glen, where Melo tried to make it on fuel, ran on the final 2 corners, and Banjo stole it from him. He's trying to get it done at Chicagoland. I don't know how well he'll run, but road courses wise, he ran very well. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd start in the series, and I was impressed last week, but it's a different type of track tonight, so we'll see how well Melo runs after finishing 2nd at Watkins Glen.
Next up, someone else below the cut line who I think has a lot of potential
We interviewed
tonight.
him.
Mr. Irish, 20 points below, not a must win, but it's pretty close to that. But if there's anyone below the cut line that can get it done, it is Irish. We'll keep an eye on him tonight. And then Tyreek Speed in the 15 car tonight, someone who didn't show up last week. However, I do hope that his connection does not have any issues tonight, just making his return to a decent racing role. 15 car hopefully will be someone to watch for later on in the late stages of this race.
Next up on the pecking order is B13. I actually think I went with him for one of my picks to win tonight. I really do think B13 has been, I guess, really competitive, but hasn't been able to get the job done so far in the season. He's on one of the best teams. I feel like tonight is his night to finally get over the threshold, get a win, and submit himself into this Final Four contention battle. But right now, he's plus 26. I would say he's pretty safe as long as he gets a solid run. B13, solid season so far, and he's looking to advance into the round of 10. Next up is Tripp, below the cutoff line by 8. He's in a situation where stage points are going to be important. Every stage matters, every point matters, every finishing position matters tonight, and it's going to all be about where he can run during the stages and where he can finish at the end of this event.
Next up, Slight Savage, who has a brand new rig ready to test out tonight. By the way, for Savage, he exits last Monday with a premier win for the first time in over 35 starts. We'll see if Savage makes it 1-for-1 tonight. And then Georgia Dog in the 18. 2 straight top 10s for him in the last 2 races. Slight Georgia Dog currently 15 above the cut line, as Brent had mentioned. We'll see if the 18 can solidify this first round and advance to the round of 10.
R4D, one of the subs that we know from the NXT series, he always has speed whenever he runs as a sub. We know he's got some speed. I don't know how well he'll run in Xfinity cars, but I expect something good from him. Next up is Asylum's, another guy who should be really good tonight as a sub, aka part-time driver. He's really quick, he's got speed. I don't know how good he is in Xfinity, but I expect him to run inside the top 10, top 5, and potentially a win tonight.
Next up,
-2 for this guy.
God damn you. Next up is Master Killer in the 39. Again, as Brent had cut me off for the second straight time, 2 points below the cutoff line. Master Killer could definitely get it done points-wise, and it could only take one stage to change that. We'll see if the 39 ends up putting himself on the right side of the cut line after the end of tonight. And then Do Prime in the 5, not an active playoff driver. Could be a fun one to watch as he's driving the number 5 tonight.
Next up is Stein in the 54. I was just trying to give you the information, sorry. It's minus, I was trying to say -2 to give you like that to start it off. Stein should be solid tonight. I don't know how good he is in Xfinity, but he has some speed. SP Motors, because of NXT at Richmond, got demoted because of all the shit that was going on over there. He's in Xfinity full-time now to the rest of the season, so I wish him the best of luck.
Next up, we have Impact in the 10 car, 30 above the cut. As long as he just minds his P's and Q's, he will be moving on to this next round. And then Perk in the 98, 13 above the cut, currently 8th in the playoff grid. Perk had a really good first round so far. Let's see if he finishes it off.
I don't know if Dodge Dakota is in the field. If he is, he might be qualifying out in the back. We'll see. And then GS Racing, I don't know if he's in the field either. He's also in a must-win situation. So it's going to be fun and exciting to see how those guys are dealing with tonight. On pole is Line Cone. Stein qualified second. Third is going to be Sterlo. Fourth is the Silence, and finishing, rounding out your top 5 is K-Therms.
Yeah, and Duke answered that question. Dodge Dakota and GS both not here at the moment. Other notables in the field: Spartan 16th, Leppy 8th. Take a look here. R4D 26, Perk 11th, Fenris 20th, Impact 10th, Yeti 25th, B13 13th,
Irish 7th.
and Master Killer 17th, with iTrip 21st, and Georgia 14th.
They
And
will officially
Tyreek
have
and
29.
T-Stone.
Oh,
Tyreek
30.
and T-Stone will be starting at the very back. Same with XO.
Invite me, please. Invite me, please.
Oh, shit.
What?
Hang on.
Oh
We're
my
going to have to
gosh.
redo this. Hang on, there we go. I got it in there. Okay, there's your actual invite.
Here's your actual invite. Do not join that. Okay. You back out now. B13 was my main pick. I feel like he's gonna get it done tonight, and then my dark horse secondary pick was Irish because he's been off for 2 weeks. I mean, he could be a dark horse and not looked at because he's missed 2 weeks. I don't know. I think B13, last night he was able to get a championship in Fars, so I feel like it's gonna carry over tonight. Qualified decent, I think.
I
don't
wonder who
remember.
he had to
Yeah.
beat for that championship.
Yes, he was able to do a better pitch strategy than me. He pitted early and jumped me. Hooray. It was smart. He pitted early. I did not know the situation because I pitted late and took 2 tires thinking that would work, and he jumped me by pitting just like early in the stage, and it was only 1 pit stop, so got a gap and maintained it.
Mm.
He earned it. We had the similar speed. It's just when you pit too late, you lose that much time, and you can't catch up. B13 qualified 13th. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Irish qualifying 7th. He definitely has some speed here. So looking out for that. Overall, Chicagoland. Let me get my statistics up that I got written down in my notes. So based off what I've been told, stage 1 is 22, stage 2 is 19, and stage 3 is 52 laps. I gotta check if they're going green. They are going green. Alright, Hendrick, let's join that and let's get prepared. I'm gonna get this down. We got 30 in the field tonight. Exo Austin rounding out our field by loading in a little late. Yeti's qualified 29th, aka backed out and went to the rear. So that's definitely gonna be something to watch. But here we go. I can't wait. Chicagoland, it's going to be fun. Biggest field in Backwoods Racing League history. So that is definitely a monument that the series has finally hit, as they're going to be splitting it up next season. So it's going to be unfortunate we might not have as big as numbers, but it might be better for, I guess, quality of racing. I think it will be great tonight, but I think having 20 to 25 is the range that you want to have in a series. I think that provides the best racing in my opinion. 30 plus, you tend to have a lot of issues. But here we go. Line cone on pole alongside the 54 Stein. Here we go. We're underway for the last race of the round of 16. Stein gets a good jump already on line. He has the inside lane clear. He takes it. Sterlo in third. Here comes the 90. 90 of Asylum's a sub driver. He's really quick and he's got some speed. But Sterlo, one of the guys who needs a good finish tonight. Qualified top 5. Is currently sitting in 4th. Good start for him. K-Therm's already to the inside of that 36 machine of Dusty.
Stein already cleared the line, so now the top 4 single file. As Asylum's now looking under the 8 for second. See if he'll be able to clear him here. Looks like he won't, so they will go down the backstretch still, neck in neck. Right here, K-Therms and Irish duking it out for 5th. Both in need of a big night tonight. And it looks like right now the 7 is going to power through and get the spot as K-Therm steals with the 36 of Dusty.
Yeah, Leppy is stuck on the outside lane. One of the guys who needs a win tonight, he's stuck in the outside lane mid-pack and falling like a rock as he's stuck outside. He finally got back in line. No, he didn't. But yeah, like you said, line cones all side of line. They're going to throw 3 wide teammates. Here comes the 36. Reminder, that is Dusty tonight in the 36 machine. But early on, Stein has proven himself. Qualified on the front row, was able to take it from Irish and been able to hold on and lined. As Lined is still stuck on the outside lane, losing time. Hendrick, he's just dropping, just can't get in line.
Yeah, need to choose too tight of a preset, but the good news for Lined is since he pretty much started, he is locked into the round of 10. So congrats to Lined Cone on his advancement. 3 wide towards the back half of the top
my
10.
God. Do Prime, Georgia, and B13 all dueling back here. The 51 also entering his face in the fight. This is where the action is. Dude might be able to clear Georgia.
update for those. I will be keeping an eye on points throughout each and every stage. We'll get updates on those.
Oh yeah, we got a new guy who fell out of line a little bit. Apologies. Points.
What do you mean points? What are we talking about here?
I don't know. I don't know. Because I cut you off and now I'm worried about points. Perk.
Well, meanwhile,
Perk and
Georgia getting help from Impact.
Georgia. Why don't you say that again for me?
No, don't get me started on you. Now 3 wide, Spartan to the inside of K-Therms and Perk.
Oh, they're tight
call.
on the front stretch. That was clean though. That was a clean move, I'll admit. That was very
Someone
clean.
in the
Can
dirt in
Spartan
the very
complete
back,
it?
that was the 78 of T-Stone who took a ride through the front stretch grass.
Perk might be able to clear Spartan here on the outside, but there's no help for him and in the corner.
Stein, Sterlo, with Irish right behind. Line cone there in.
Oh!
Up the foot, but Irish is there.
Irish, throw the apron! Are they on the apron? Oh, I lagged out. Fuck.
So now Irish up in front. That is going to change the playoff grid. Again, if someone below the cut wins, that will push everyone down a spot who hasn't won this round. As now, Sterlo in second, Lined and Stein battle for third, and then the 90 in fifth. That is the front 5. Back here, as Dusty is all alone in 6th, K-Therms in 7th, followed by Leppy, Perk, and Spartan, the top 10. Someone who's made a little bit of progress since the start of this one, Yeti in the 92, started outside the top 20, started around that 25th place area. He has found himself
started
now
29th.
inside the top 20. He did back out of his spot, that's why he went all the way to the back. Originally at the
Trip.
25th fastest lap time.
Yeah, he's back here with Tripp, who's also in need of moving forward in this field. It's a 93 of GS Racing, who also is in the show and needs basically a must-win situation as the rest of them. He's making a move. Oh, that's R14 in 93.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
GS
GS is
and
not
Dodge
here.
Dakota are both eliminated
Not
due to
here.
not starting, and Sterlo took the lead from Irish away. Asylum's passing Stein for 4th.
There's a huge pack behind. Oh, I think the 10 car of... Yeah, he did. Impact hit the apron.
And
Here
now
comes Georgia
K-Therms.
going through.
K-Therms trying to take 6 away from Dusty. And he will get by easily. K-Therms is one of the only playoff drivers to have finished inside the top 10 in both starts so far in this first round. Looking very good early.
He's doing exactly what he did in the regular season, just being Mr. Consistency. Just getting good finishes, maybe not getting the wins that he needs, but he's just being consistent. As Perk is on the inside of the 36, as they're going too wide for the lead. It's getting intense up there.
Yeah, Irish now up in front.
Oh, they're around in the back.
In second.
Someone went around in the back. They might have a caution here, Hendrick.
Yeah, it looks like another car here was below the white line, a reddish car. That was Tyreek. No caution called at the moment. Meanwhile, back here,
Oh,
it
this
was
pack is
feisty.
crazy.
Dusty
Yeah,
all the
we
way
saw
on top,
Leppy.
barely ahead of Leppy, as Spartan had a moment off the 2.
Yeah, Perk and K-Therms got around Dusty as Dusty's car is not handling the best as he's starting to fall off more and more throughout this run.
Here's the call, if there is a caution.
No caution.
So still green.
Line cone.
Meanwhile,
Gonna get the run here. He's gonna get it. Line cone. Caution is out.
so they did call the caution for that incident. They will all catch up again as Nate Rex in front of the finish line.
Skill issue.
Looks like he had a little bit of help too.
Oh, well, that's not a skill issue.
Tyreek still going off pace inside the grass.
Where is Fenris? He's just outside the top 15. Right behind Tripp. Guys, you guys should be watching is Master Killer, the 39. He was involved in that wreck, so that is not a good sign.
So now we're at an interesting point here. They crossed the line to make it 8 to go under caution. This is going to be likely the final caution of this stage, pending any wild circumstances.
And also, they're good on field. They've been good on field this whole stage. It's just, what is your strategy here? Does anybody take a wild gamble with over 8 laps to go in stage 1?
Irish off. Looks like no one does.
Yeah, he beats everyone off, but the 8 car stays in second.
Good mover here.
His
Looks like
teammate.
the 11 might have gotten the nod over Dusty.
Think he did? Yep.
Haytherm's also up 1, now in 5th.
He passed Sterlo, who may have had a little bit of damage. Oh. Melodramatic in the 51 tonight. I'm going to keep that in mind. R4D and the 93 of GS's machine. Divine inside the top 16. A lot of guys that we typically see different nights. It's fun to see them mix into this field.
They'll choose here likely at the line unless if anyone goes back down to top off. That may complicate the restart order.
I would not. Why would you do that? Realistically. Would you do that?
I wouldn't, but we have a lot of cars here.
You never
Someone
know.
may do it.
Here they go for
And,
choose.
Well, looks like one person will. A couple in the very back. New Prime, Master Killer is one.
Silence decides to take the front row in the outside
Nate.
lane. Non-preferred lane. Yeah, Nate did have a little bit of damage, so that
Motors.
might be strategic.
Keystone.
Oh yeah, make sure you include your audio, by the way, when I rejoin. Let me make sure my thing's... Oh wait, no, I didn't even declude it. Because I only lagged out of the game, not the party. I'm a dumbass.
I'm confused here.
I lagged out of the game because of my internet for a second.
So you want
Not
me,
out of the party.
You want me to re-include my
No,
audio?
no, no, we're fine.
Okay.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
I didn't have to restart the party. I'm just an idiot right now. But here we go. We're gonna
6 to
restart
go.
with about 6 to go. Okay. Irish, a guy who's in the need of a must-win, nearly a must-win situation. If he does win these top 2 stages and Fenris or maybe Master Killer struggle, he could point his way in. There is still a chance as they're slowing up behind him massively as they're catching up to the field behind him. Here we go into the Geico restart zone. Irish, your leader, the 90 of Asylum's on his outside lane. You see Line Cone in the 8 machine behind him. 2 teammates on the front row pushing one another on the bottom. This Asylum's is going to fall back a little bit on the outside lane.
Oh, and it looks like that was Sterlo who went a little bit high there, able to get back in line.
Line
But
Cone
keep an
decides to
eye
follow his
on
teammate.
Haytherm to that 38 as he goes up the track.
He got pushed out. Perk. Perk needs points.
In Asylum's
He might be aggressive.
as well. He also lost his spot in line. No
2
clutchings
teammates
at the
up
line.
front. 2
Whatever
teammates up
happens,
front. They're
happens.
going to work together.
Martin way up the track with
Ooh.
help from Mello.
Oh, they're all pushing up the track. They're stacked up behind him. Stein in 3rd is going to look for an opportunity.
One of those bubble guys around that top 10 area that needs a couple more spots is iTrip in that blank blue 0 car.
Oh, Expire got free back here in the rear. Oh, Oh, they're all checking up
Stack
back
up here with Dusty.
4 wide.
Contact
4 wide.
Yeti. Able to save it.
Here comes Spartan through the center. On the bottom lane, gonna take all 5. He takes all those spots. He slides up. Here comes R4D back to the bottom.
Stein up to second. K-Thurns challenging for third. With 3 to go.
He's gonna
in the
take that.
opening stage. Hurt. Right behind that 90. Now looking to make a move on him.
He needs all the points he can get. Here comes Stein to the bottom of Irish. Irish has to block it. Here comes Stein. He's under him. Gonna have to give up the lane. Stein to the bottom. Irish might be able to clear him. Here we go off of 4 as we're coming to 2 to go in stage 1. Side by side for the lead. 2 teammates on the top as Stein is using the preferred lane with 4 people on the bottom.
Oh, K-Thurns messed up the
Oh,
entry.
they did check up.
Pushes lines up the racetrack. Irish is still
That
side
might
by side
affect.
with the 54. That's going to allow
Gonna have to
Irish,
side
if
draft
he
him.
wants, to back out and go into the bottom lane. Not going to do so.
I don't know about the decision. I think you want to. Oh, B13 slides up the track in front of line. As we're coming to white flag in stage 1. It's been a great show. As Stein is going to lead us to white. Can he get the green checkered? Silams and Stein, 2 guys subbing tonight. They're not full-time in the series, just having fun.
Irish
As
getting pushed
Irish
out.
continues to fall. Yeah,
Solo now
he's
through
going to get
line
stuck
with
3 wide.
K-Thurns and Irish, but Irish is going to re-clear both.
They're still 3 wide behind him. Oh, Irish slides up the track.
Not going to hit the
Into
wall.
the...
But Stein, the opening stage winner.
Perk, good points in 3rd. That's key points for him as he's a playoff driver. He was near that cutoff line.
Georgia also P6.
K-Therms, points, Impact 8th, B13 10th. Key points for all of those drivers. But a non-playoff driver like last week won that stage in the number 54 of Stein. Key names out. Fenris, Master Killer, and Trip all did not get stage points, whereas Park, Sterlo, and company did. K-Therms as well, B13, Impact, all got stage points, so they are currently still +2 on the grid. Still that gap is 2. As we got a Silence to the lead. Jumps the 54. Here we go for the start of stage 2. It is 3 laps shorter. So it's a little bit less tire wear as people are already on the yellow line. Who is that in the back? I saw someone dive it immediately under the yellow, but they got back on the track pretty simple. Sterla's going to be on the outside non-preferred lane as they're...
Oh yeah, speaking of that, there is someone all the way under yellow line. That's Master Killer.
Oh no. He needs a good run. He's literally your bubble cutoff driver, like right below it in 11th. So he needs a good run. He's -2 as Fenris is the guy he's dueling with at the moment. K-Therms battling with the 90. With Dusty Stud in the 36. Lion Cone's also falling back a little bit. After leading a few laps in stage 1, he's down to, I think that's around 9th place as of this time. So he's going to be pushing Dusty into this single file pack of cars. Spartan has been really struggling, Hendrick, to get out of, I guess, get track position as he's stuck around 12th. He's been struggling a little bit to get up higher than he is running as Irish is making a move on Perk for position inside the top 5.
Update on that new playoff cut line. Fenris still up by 2 over Master Killer. iTrip still down 8. Irish gains 3, so he's now down by 17. And then the 93 obviously eliminated. And then the 11 did not get any stage points. Sterlo now 11 above. Perk now 17 above. Tied with Georgia, who also got stage points. K-Therms 23 above. B13 27 above. Impact 30 above. Spartan 32. and then line cone already locked in.
I will say this, Hendrick. With this big of a field, if you lag out and you're one of the guys only plus maybe like plus 20, you could potentially get eliminated as if you finish 30th. Irish hit the apron. Yeah, I just saw that. Here comes the 54 of Stein. Here comes K-Therms on the bottom of Perk. Gonna stack them up again. But the Silence is just vibing right now. Just leading laps. I think this is his first start in the Backwoods series, and because he ran RHRL at the same time, so first start in Backwoods, I mean, he's doing pretty well for himself.
Very bad entry, the one for K-Therms, ended up losing his spot in line. He at least lost 3 spots in turns 1 and 2, about to lose a 4th to Spartan.
Yeah, the main thing is line integrity tonight. If you don't have the line and you hit the apron at all, you could lose 3 to 4 spots. You're going to be flying at night. There's not going to be a lot of racing. If you race side by side, you're going to lose a few seconds at least. It's very difficult to run side by side and have speed at a track like this. Alright, we got to go back here where the action is, back in the rear of the field. Trip, EXO back here as well.
Oh, Spartan blocking K-Therms all the way down to the grass. That almost
That
was
may have been-
disaster.
I think that was a reaction to maybe R4D when he got a huge run and had to check up a tiny bit. It may have been as he's going to make a move on R4D, potentially heading into 3. Did not get the run there, and he settles back in line. T-Stone making a move on the 5 car. Leppy right behind him, needing a good finish tonight. Not running well at the moment.
And that's
Stuck in
what
the rear of the field.
R4D needed, a run to the inside of Dusty, as multiple people in this pack, 58 were including K-Therms. B13 get
You know what they're
impact
losing?
at the end of this group.
They're losing the front pack. They're losing the top 7. So they need to handle this out very soon, as they're going to lose the pack. And I would say, as Perk gets out of line,
Line able to get by for
They're
6. And a little bit of shoving there to begin that second group of R4D and Dusty.
yeah, they need to settle everything out, as they're just losing more and more time. This is not what you need.
Big
Ooh, Dusty
block.
right in front of. I will state that was his regular arc, but it definitely affected K-Therms, as he's going to make a move on Dusty here immediately on the inside lane heading into 1. Here comes V13. They've been fouling for so long that V13's finally into the fight.
9 laps to go in stage 2. Meanwhile, Georgia had a bad turn too. He lost a couple spots. He's now the last car in this first group.
Yeah, Perk got around him. Oh, he hits the apron again. He might hit the wall. Got to check up. He's going to maybe lose the draft here. He's going to have to pick it up again.
And group 2 going back to the antics with Dusty and Impact. They're double wide, B13 up ahead. K-Therms was able to get by the 36.
Oh, they're all getting squirrely though.
And Yeti
That's what I'm starting to see.
in that 92 right there after starting in the back, followed by Mello. And then we have Fenris and Exo battling with iTrip right behind them.
Perk and Georgia Dog are losing the front pack. We might only have 6 cars in the main pack if Perk can maybe hook on to a mistake by line, but he's starting to get gapped, and this is not good for Perk if he wants to get a potentially more stage points. The top 6 are flying at the moment. Top 5, I would say, are flying.
Right now, B13 holds the final spot inside the top 10, now looking to get by K-Therms for 9th.
Side by side, he's going to get it. K-Therms wants to get right in front of the 10 car of Impact, and he does that beautifully, as Yeti has fallen off a little bit from the 10 car of Impact, so that's going to hold him up. But I will state the top 6, top 5 are all Premier guys. So it's not unusual to see these guys working together, being patient, and knowing that they have a whole nother stage to run before this. As soon as I say that, Hendrick, Irish makes the move.
We are at 5 to go, so no more cautions for the rest of stage 2. And now Stein pushed up the track. He barely hits the wall, but that's going to cost him the draft.
Luckily for him, he's going to have 2 cars behind him who are going to be on the draft factor as well. So that is a key thing for him. He's going to have Georgia and Perk, who are going to be hungry, maybe actually trying to make a move on him, but they can work together to catch back up to the top 4 cars now. We went from a 7-car fight, Hendrick, down to only 4.
Oh, May into the wall hard in the back. Able to still keep it straight, still green, obviously due to being under 5 to go.
Well, K-Therm's got around Impact, the 38, and yeah, he's officially clear of him. Okay, good.
Yeah, K-Terms has been that 10th place car for a little bit, trying to hang on to that last stage point. Out at 3 to go.
Oh my god, they're on the apron back in the rear of the field. They slide up into Leppy. They keep it straight.
And Leppy again.
Oh, Strella making a move.
He doesn't need points, he needs to win. That's his only way of putting himself into the next round. As Lined and Irish battle for 3rd. With 2 to go at the stripe.
I really thought Line would be less aggressive for Irish, give him some stage points, but no, he's taking them away. Even though he's pretty much guaranteed.
Away.
Yeah, no, I think he's got this locked up unless he hits the wall. But I really don't know why Line's just trying to... He should give Irish all the stage points he can get,
yeah,
I feel like at this point.
There is a difference here between 3rd and 4th in these stages in the ODRL format. If you get 3rd, you get 4 stage points. If you get 4th, you get 3. White flag in the stage.
Yeah. He might need a team order to send Line Cone behind him because he needs everything. Stein, though, has been able to hold on to 5th. Perk and them are catching. But what's the battle for 10th looking like?
Right now, it's still K-Therms over Impact. Leaders now into 3. Same order. And this should be clean for Asylums. First start. First stage win in Backwoods for the 90.
K-Therms, there's a change. I think B13 got around Spartan, and K-Therms held on the 10th, so Impact gets no stage points. Yep, B13 stole it.
Big 4 points for Sterlo.
Georgia also got a top 10, so good stage points for him. Perk also got 6. More stage points for that driver.
Both Perk and Georgia get 2 stage points there.
Key points.
B13 with a 2 in stage 2. Spartan and K-Therms both get 1.
Here we go. Restart for stage number 3. It's going to be a lot longer. 52 laps, supposedly. It could be a fuel close race. I'm pretty sure you get 52 laps on 26 laps of fuel. Oh my god, there's a lag spike from the 15. I don't know who that is. That might be Tyreeking in the rear. It might have cost someone some damage, so we might have a caution. We'll see how that works out. As they're in the apron, back in the rear. Yeti on the apron.
That was K-Therms.
Oh, Dusty.
No yellow.
Yeah, he's fallen. Yeah, K-Therms is dropping like a rock. This is not good for him. Here comes Leppy and company. Oh, Yeti to the top. 3 wide back here. Still 3 wide. They're doing pretty well, I would say. They're doing a good job of checking up, giving room, best they can.
Update. Dark Spartan has locked himself in mathematically.
That is good on him. Congrats, Spartan. Been really solid this season. You deserve it. As now Irish is in the non-preferred lane. He is not in a good spot at the moment on the outside. Ooh, Pert got loose. That gives Irish the bottom again. Fenris has struggled though. Him and Master Killer have been in the rear of the field all night long. So this playoff battle is not over. Every sport matters, and Tripp is trying to get around him.
Yeah, and don't count Irish out of this either. He is now down to 14 behind. iTrip still 8 back from the 89.
As the 3 wide Aaron in the corner with Exo and Leppy. T-Stone on the bottom, gonna take both those spots, and he's gonna continue to ramp up the field. 93 of R4D gets around Impact, Dusty Stud following him through. So now they gotta work together to get back up to Georgia Dog, who's in that main PAX draft. Oh, 21 in the wall, he affects Tripp! They keep it straight! But Tripp was so close to Fenris. Where is Master Killer? Where is Carmen Sandiego, as we like to say?
There's Master Killer all the way at the very back. Got a few
Oh, he's
cars
on the
behind
struggle
him.
bus.
Here's where iTrip is at the moment. About 5-6 spots ahead as both Exo and iTrip into the wall exiting too.
Move for third. We gotta, like you said, it's been a struggle bus for Master Killer, iTrip, and Fenris, but here comes the 54 of Stein. Makes a great move on Sterlo. Here comes Spartan. Remember earlier when I said Spartan couldn't gain track position? Look where he's at now inside the top 5. Exactly where he wants to be in stage 3. And Irish slides up. Here comes Perk. Perk being aggressive. He moves up Sterlo. They're going to go 3-4 wide back there. Georgia Dog in the center of it.
R4D getting by 18. Now looking to get by
Georgia
that
wants to
one,
limit the
but
damage.
B13 does enough.
He holds on. He might look to make a move on the 98 now. Stein to the top, up front.
Dark Spartan right now running in P4, starting to continue his movement towards the front.
Georgia Dog slides up again. He's going to lose some track position.
Here's where Fenris is right now. The 89 would be the one to watch. Unless if Irish continues his climb, then it will be close with the 89 and 7.
And by the way, he is free of Tripp in his pack. Tripp is stuck in the 3rd or 4th pack of this field. So right now, Fenris is feeling good at the moment. But his biggest worry right now is that 7 car of Irish, who currently runs in the 5th position. If he wins tonight, all of Fenris's hopes and dreams are done for, as he has not got any stage points and has not got any additional points that would help him, but he was already on the cutoff line +2, so he's really hoping that maybe his silence or line is...
Line cone! Hits the apron, can't
Oh!
do it! And Stein's gonna take second! Maybe more!
He didn't get it. Nearly got the inside lane. He might be able to get it here. He's going to have to arc in the corner. Silence is going to have a shallow entry. He's going to slide up. Here comes Stein. Going to get the run. Might have to use the bumper. Side by side for the lead.
Barton to the bottom.
Here comes the 19. Teammates. They're not technically, they're subbed teammates, but they're working together. That is Ironman's car and Spartan pushing him. Stein. Oh, they're still side by side for the lead. Great battle right now between really good cars of this field. Silence. Stein checked up, slid up a little bit off the bottom contact. They keep it straight.
drivers who fought
Still
for the
side by
Orange
side.
RL Championship last weekend. Right now, duking it out for the top spot.
And Spartan is helping his teammate all he can as they're still stuck on the bottom side by side. Second through fourth.
41 to go. Don't expect anyone to pit within the next 13 laps. However, within 15 laps, expect them to start peeling on down.
I think it's done. It's done. Stein to the lead. He's going to have to help his teammate get clear of him. And you know what it jumbled up? The field is back again. Oh, Spartan got the inside. He got the inside of his teammate. Here he goes for the lead.
Keep an eye on the 7 of Irish right behind the 19. He moves up the track, hits the 8.
Teammate.
Line's knocking in the
Perk has
wall.
been aggressive.
Look at
look at
almost
them.
making it 3 wide.
He was looking. He wanted to do it. There's not room there. Well, he did get to the inside of Stein, so he might be able to take that spot.
With Stein in Asylum.
Oh, 9-8 up the track. He's left the door open for a car behind him.
Perk now under fire from
Sterlo.
Sterlo.
He cleared him. B13 as Perk got a little free. Now the 7 car of Irish is stuck on the top. Can he fit in between his teammate and Sterlo? He does, just narrowly there. As now Stein is on the outside looking in. Stuck on the top. Like I said, all this battling. Oh, they're making contact back here. I think it's 11 of Leppy. They had to check up.
Fenris, the second to last car in this pack. If I'm him, I would start moving up, getting a couple more spots. It's very close with him and Irish right now.
Oh yeah, it isn't too far off the weather that he could potentially point his way in as we have 37 to go in stage 3. It's going to be difficult, but he can do it if he finishes second, and Fenris continues to run outside the top 20 at the moment.
Another car mathematically now locked into the next round. The 10 of Impact now in.
Good on him. Yeah, Master Killer at the moment is dreading tonight. Having one of your worst performances in a race that you have to run well is really hurting him as we have a battle for the lead. 3 wide here potentially. They're 3 wide. Line cone checked up. It gave the bottom to the 90 of Asylums. So they're going to be side by side, entering 3 and 4 and exiting 3 and 4 as well.
Silence able to get a good run off. The Spartan still trying to fight from the top, but with no help. Irish is going to stay behind line. And Sterlo in 5th. Contact there with Blind and Asylum. Pushes Spartan up the track.
Oh, yes, he saved it. But they're going to be side by side for the lead. 2 teammates on the bottom again. Line Cone and Irish on the bottom. We got the 90 of Asylums. Oh, Line Cone hit the apron, slid up. He checked up massively. Here comes Spartan through the middle. Here he comes. Sliding across the nose of the 8 car, somehow kept it straight, and he's going to try to take the lead off of that move. He might clear him. He will.
That car
Does he do the slide
within
job?
the next 10 laps.
Simons did the crossover. He's back to the inside of the 19. So the battle continues for the lead. Back here, just outside the bubble, K-Therms hits the apron. Yeti on the...
Oh!
Yeti hit the apron, checked him up.
That could have been really bad for Fenris. Lucky
Luckily,
the
kept it
must-win
straight.
scenario still in this front pack. Georgia just riding this chaos. Very back of this field. Look
I
back
mean,
up
at this
here.
point,
Spartan now under fire from Irish.
still stuck. Irish slides up. Sterlo's going to have to push him. As Spartan may be able to clear him. He does.
And now Sterlo
Spartan
to the
continues to hold
inside
over
of
second.
Irish. Line to the top. They're 3 wide.
it's tight. But they're keeping lane management really good at the moment, as they're going to be exiting maybe 3 wide. Here comes R4D. 54 Stein maybe looking for a move. Irish cleared him. He got the lane and cleared him
Got
off
help
the
from
top.
Spartan.
What a move.
Spartan overdrove turn 2. That's what helped the 7.
It's not going to work out though, as Sterlo got the run again to the outside lane they go. As it's starting to get chaotic back in the rear of the field. Oh! 78 T-Stone on the apron!
Able
He
to save
saves
it.
it! Holy smokes, that's a save!
Good
If I ever
recovery
saw
for
one.
T-Stone, but Spartan able to get away after Irish went too high in turn 2.
Now this could affect who
Nate
can
in
win the
pit
race
road.
if they battle.
Pit stops beginning.
We have 5 laps of fuel left. I think you want to run it all the way dry, as you got to do 26 and 26 for 52 laps. Based off of my math, and you might have to save a lap like
Motors
Met
now
said in the
down.
pre-race. I don't expect these guys to come down pit road for like 4 more laps. And remember, it's off of 4, so they got to be wary of that and be known of that. You got to be patient when you're entering pit road.
Yeah, and by the way, if people try to entering 3, it's going to be very tricky. Especially with that apron, you will, if you hit that apron, you're going to spin. There's no...
By the
like,
way,
questioning
Spartan
it.
checked up. Spartan checked up, and he lost a ton of time.
And he may
He
lose
checked up
more.
or got free.
Irish went up the track, went right in front of him. But line now
Yeah,
up
that
to
was
third.
surprising.
Here we go. Oh my goodness, big block. Car 4D from Dusty. The intensity is starting to pick up. In the middle point of this final stage to determine the 10 drivers to advance, in which 6 will go home. Right now, keep an eye on this 89 of Fenris and the 7 of Irish. That could be the battle right now for the final spot.
Trevor, you can watch.
Leaders in.
I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, remember, he was leading for quite a bit. Alright. I'll let you in for a second. Might not be able to talk much, but I'll let you in.
Oh, line hit the apron.
Oh,
Here we
Stein
go.
just hit the
This is what
wall.
we're gonna expect
They're all
here.
coming.
A lot of people
Line
going
cone.
down.
This is all about execution. This many cars, how executed can they get?
Irish
Here they
point.
come.
Car coming from the infield grab.
Oh! Oh my god! 36 just punted 2 people! Oh no!
Dusty.
Dusty's race is over!
For the record, I'm not in the 36 this weekend, boys.
Oh, Master Killer boxed the entry.
Line cone is being pushed sideways on pit road. This
And
is
I
wild
think
to see on my point of view.
The car that was in the grass that went up in front of everybody was Cowboy Tech.
We had a new car. It wasn't one of the guys who initially pitted. It was like one of the guys in the rear of the field who was coming to pit road, maybe just in front of the leaders, and they caught up to him, and we may have had a big one, a collision, and a lot of cars may have had issues entering pit road. But you know who didn't, Hendrick? Asylums, as he's gonna jump to the lead.
And someone who
Look at
didn't
all the cars
worry
coming
about
out.
all this was Irish. Irish should be down here this time. He's gonna risk it. I am very shocked by this decision, and I think he's gonna regret it because his timer just hit 0 laps. He's out of fuel.
Where is he on the track?
He
Turn
just
2.
entered 1.
Oh no! He's got his teammate at B13. No!
He meant to
Irish!
mistake.
Yeah, he's cruising down the back straight. He's hoping to make it around.
I am shocked
Oh,
that he made that decision. I don't know why he did that.
I think he was trying to go maybe 27 instead of 26 to be completely fair on fuel. But now it's looking like a
Staying
regret,
out
as
again.
now... Wait, what?
Is it a caution?
Is it a caution?
They have
No, he
23
Is
to
it?
go. I don't know what's going on here. Why
He
did he not
stayed
finish?
out again.
B13 also going slow. He's the leader.
I don't. What the? No, I think it's a caution. There's no way
Are they doing a
you do
catch-up?
that.
It has to be.
There's no way. Yeah.
They might have called
Caution's
it
out,
with the
It's
pit
out,
road
it's out.
incident.
and Yeti is pushing the 7.
And I believe motors might be done for. And that is actually beneficial for B13 because he is now locked into the next round.
Irish might go multiple laps down even with the caution, because he is being pushed by Yeti. So either way, this is not going to benefit the 7, and this is very costly to his chances of winning tonight, as he's going to go from inside the top 5, Hendrick, to in the 30s, or in the 20s now. Because a lot of cars are still in the lead lap, and he might be lapped.
And there goes
He gets pushed to pit
Yeti.
road.
Classy move.
B13 though, he jumped everyone, Hendrick. Him and Impact, biggest winners of this fuel cycle, as they went from mid-pack to the lead. But do they have to pit still?
Oh, hang on a minute. No. Actually,
Spires? Oh wait, is he lap down? Impact's a lap down, maybe.
yeah,
No,
Impact is a
B13's
lap
out of
down.
fuel. He's being pushed. Wait, is he out of fuel or is he just pacing very
He
slowly?
may be out of fuel.
No, I think he pitted.
I don't think he did if Irish didn't.
No, he may be letting people get the laps. Yeah, we see everyone just going around him. Who's on the lead lap? 18 of Georgia is your second place car, Hendrick. So that might be why he's checking out.
B13 is out of fuel. He is getting
Yeah,
pushed
he's getting
by
pushed,
Master
yeah.
Killer and Mets.
Oh my god! This is iconic. A lot of guys out of fuel. This is stage 3. They're trying. Look at the 4 cars! 4 cars pushing. This is iconic. This is ODRL. Master Killer should not be pushing him. Of all people, he is helping his rival. But again, I think B13's locked in.
No. Master Killer doesn't have to worry about B13. B13 is clinched.
Well, this is funny. We've had two teammates, by the way. They're both teammates run out of fuel in stage 3.
So Asylum
And
is back in front.
oh, I thought it was gonna be
Thurlow
Georgia.
second.
Okay.
Dark Spartan, they're in third. K Therms in fourth. Then Lion Cone in fifth.
Look at Fenris. Look at Fenris inside the top 10 for the first time tonight.
And with Irish
Exactly
having his
when he needs to
issues,
be.
that will help him.
B13 as well. B13 having his issues, running out of fuel under caution, lost a ton of track position. As we can see them, look at them go. They're flying at the moment. Master Killer's pushing him. He might speed if he doesn't get off his
Lefty,
back bumper.
borderline about to enter the top 10.
Oh no. What the hell is
He missed pit road!
No
He
way.
turned too
He
late.
missed pit
Why?
No.
Master Killer did it perfectly. He literally pushed him
And
to the
Mello just
beautiful
pushed him in the
execution.
grass!
No way.
Jesus.
Nuts.
Jesus. Oh my god. He literally turned too late, Hendrick. I literally saw it on my point of view. He's like, I'm gonna steer very right, then goes left and missed pit
And
road.
while all this is going on, we now have 20 to go.
This is chaotic. This is chaos. This last
Dude, there's like
stage
a
has
line
been
of
chaos.
like 3 or 4 cars that are trying to push him now around. Oh.
This is like a comedy show, bro. What the hell has gone on in this stage? They actually are. There's like 4 of them. Get in, boys. Push them. This is just funny. I can't help but laugh at this. We got Mets fan. Is he gonna join in the fun? Push him. Come on, Mets. How about the boy? Stein. Hendrick, Stein is down in 23rd. Wow.
But you're
So the
right,
flip-
Asylums has the lead.
Yeah, the field has flipped massively.
Will pit road be open? Here it is.
Yes, it
It
is.
is. Here comes the leaders down pit road, boys.
As B13 is still getting help from Line, Leppy, Master Killer, Vets is in on it.
He's getting
Fire.
pushed. Push him,
Half
boys.
the goddamn field is trying to push B13 in the pit road.
Do not turn right, B13. Just hit the pit road entry. There you go. Holy man. That was definitely something, Hendrick. We're going to have a good laugh after the race. After two guys on the same team ran out of fuel. And then we had a caution, so everyone was able to push him. New leader.
So here's the current
Yeti,
situation
your leader.
right now in points. K-Therm, the top driver, not locked in yet, but it will take a lot to knock him out. He is 24 ahead of the cut line. Georgia and Perk both are tied in points, but are 19 ahead of the cut. Sterlo in the 16 went from being 8 above to now being 15 above. And Fenris 2 ahead of Master Killer. iTrep is 8 back, Irish 14 back, and then Leppy
Depending-
must win.
If that's an interesting development, it looks like Irish might have stayed out here.
He got the lead. Of
Now I
all
wonder,
things.
did
Are they
he
gonna allow
lap
that?
everyone down, and then the caution came out, and they didn't count
ran out
him
of fuel.
running out of fuel as losing time?
Are they saying that you don't have to maintain pace speed to keep the lead? That might be a rule change. I'm joking. What? But Yeti stayed out.
And
He
it
took
looks
2
like
tires
Shoes-
on the pit
Shoes
stop.
Cone too, yep.
So that is
Maybe.
big for
Oh,
Irish.
90.
That is going to completely change the rest of this race for him.
Yo, second row. Oh wait, I thought Fenris chose the
Someone
top. No,
who
he
got
chose the bottom.
bit by this round of stops was Leppy.
Stein.
Leppy went from
Stein
being
and Leppy.
in the top 12 to now being out of the top 20.
Where's B13 right now? He didn't get the benefit of the doubt after that caution. Yeah, no,
Doesn't
he's in
look
the
like
rear
it.
as well.
Well, he
Yeah,
won't
so
no matter
only
what
Irish.
because he ran out of fuel and then missed the pit road.
And I think Master Killer
Should
might
be
have
happy to be in
lagged
lead
out.
lap.
No, never mind. He's out.
Oh.
Now. He's out now. He's out now.
Okay.
But he will
Okay, I'm
start
about to
at the
save.
back.
He's gonna have to drive like a madman as Fenris is up front inside the top 10. Now, Irish is not liking Fenris, but he has the lead. So Irish is like, I gotta win. I think it's a must-win situation with Fenris inside the top 10 at this point in the
Irish
race. He's gotta
exiting
win.
Pit road now. I don't think he's gonna make it back in time, but I don't think they're going to
not.
wait on him.
Here we go, Yeti, the 90 of Asylums, and then Sterlo. It's gonna be a great finish. Let's get it.
There they go to the restart zone.
He's gonna catch Spires. Here we go.
Good restart. From
Good
Irish.
restart. Yeah, I agree. He got a great jump on the bottom lane. That's gonna help Yeti. Remember, Yeti took 2 tires or no tires on the pit stop to gain that track position, so he might hold him up for a few laps as they tap the apron behind him. Oh, silence.
Eddie's washing up.
Wide. That black and green 38 now looking for second.
Irish looking
He's
in the
looking
rear
for the
view
first
mirror,
win.
loving every second of it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's also gonna love Asylums. Still 3 wide for second.
Ooh.
Oh!
Oh, there they
Someone's
go.
got a Yeti! There they go! Big one!
Around they
Everyone
go.
wrecking!
Caution is coming out, boys.
He was not clear. Asylums was not clear, and it caused the big one. Was Fenris involved?
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
glad
think he
you were on
was.
K
Fenris
Therms
avoided.
after that.
Fenris avoided the crash. iTrip avoided the crash.
Irish was loving that restart, and then I think it was Asylums. He thought he was clear. He was not clear of Yeti, and absolutely cleared his nose
But
off,
now
and they
K
absolutely
Therms
died.
Now in the back.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate for him as he was having such a good run. Trip now inside the top 10.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fenris right behind him.
Keystone! Keystone! He's inside the top 5! He's been chilling all race long, hasn't been aggressive, finally got a lucky break, and now he's running inside the top 5 after qualifying in the back. He even has a shot at winning. Melodramatic, who finished second last week after heartbreaking running out of fuel in the last 2 corners, he's up to 4th.
Holy Divine's in the top 10 as well, now in 9th.
Oh yeah! Tripp right behind him. Reminder, Tripp is also in range. If Fenris gets in an incident here and Tripp can gain a few more spots, he could be eliminated. Remember, Tripp is only +8 behind him, or -8 behind
the Cowboy
minus 10. Let's go, Cowboys. Alright, so they're going to be slowly pacing around this little track. I know Irish is getting more and more nervous, bro, because he had such a good gap on that restart, Hendrick,
So a
and
couple
now
cars
it's
did
just
hit that time
the same.
around. Yeti in B13.
Gotcha.
Yeti already exiting pit road.
Jordog also in a good spot for his chances to make it into the next round inside the top 5 as of this moment. But we saw earlier with Yeti and I think it was someone else and the 90, you're not safe until it's over, so he's got to make sure he keeps his nose clean and out of trouble to get a good finish tonight. And doing solid, got some stage points though, so he should, if he gets that solid top 15, should be good on points.
Pit road is open, boys.
Open.
And we got everyone coming
We did.
down.
We only ran like 2 to 3 laps, so I could see someone.
Someone in the
someone
back
stays
looked
out.
like they stayed out. Unless it's a wave around.
That's the
Stein,
A-car lined.
A-car line.
Yeah, that's lined. I don't think he was lapped. I may be wrong. You know, he's pacing. No, he's gonna be your leader. He stayed out. I remember earlier, he was inside the top 5 before a caution came out, and now he's in the rear of the field. Irish out! Irish
is
out!
out.
Perk is out as well.
Sterlo, Perk.
Ton of
Lucky.
strategy being played. B13, Fenris. Oh, Leppy jumps Fenris? Oh no, Leppy's on pit road still. That was Sterlo.
My apologies, I got the 10 confused with them.
Impact.
Yeah, Impact, there you go.
Our team owner. I mean your team owner, not a Hendrick.
Huh?
Impact, you know our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, being
Ian
sarcastic.
Trevi's team. I hate you. I don't like sarcasm. You know, I can never tell when it's sarcasm or real.
Well,
I think that's
there
my biggest
are
issue.
2 big winners. Holy Divines is up to 6th. Fenris in 7th.
Reminder, a lot of these guys took 2 or no tires, so I'm interested to see how good of a restart these guys can get, as Irish and Line had a strategy
is
going into
coming
this.
up.
Oh,
Top
they're doing choose.
4 go down to the
top
bottom.
6
Nate!
besides Impact.
Nate is going to the outside of row 2.
What? Who?
Who is
Are you
this
sure
guy?
that's
Where
Nate?
did he
That's
come
B13.
from?
But he's in the 3rd row on the outside. That still is impressive for Nate, who has
No,
really,
outside
to
of
say the
row
least, has
2.
struggled. Is he?
Actually,
That's
unless it's B13.
3 on my end.
Oh,
That is good for B13.
B13 is actually not visible on my stream.
Oh my gosh. You got the invisible guy stream? He's a ghost. He's a ghost. Savage, I think, is parking it and then stopping real quick. Yeah. Perk to the outside? What? What the hell is going on here? So Perk jumps Impact on the top lane and just takes that spot away, I guess. I guess they're starting like this now. Trevor, you good?
Yep.
Alright, do you need another invite for the lobby?
You could send me one just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, if another caution happens, I'll do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go into the restart zone. Perk now on the outside lane. I don't know how this works. I guess he chose the outside in front of Impact, but here we go into the Geico restart zone. Line Cone and Perk, who have
Good
been really
jump by
good
Line.
tonight.
11
I
to go.
agree, good jump. They're on the apron already.
Irish is
Do not
clear
wanna
of
get
Perk
hit down
too.
there.
Top 3 on the bottom here are cleared.
Oh, Sterlo hit
Sterlo.
the apron. Irish took advantage.
He's gonna check up. He's gonna check up the field behind him. Here comes Perk. Clears him. Impact trying to follow him through. He does. Oh, Impact got shuffled out of line there. Not good for him. As Sterlo's gonna take advantage of that and take over fourth.
Close call with Dusty, Nate, and Asylums. A little bit of pinball back there towards the 10th place area.
Who's in that 10th place area? Remember, that's key positions. It's Fenris in that pinball area.
Fenris is up ahead. K-Therm
Trip is being sent through
having
wide.
issues.
It's exactly like it was in stage 1 or 2, Hendrick, where it's Line Cone and company. He's in the lead, whereas Irish, who needs a win, is in second.
9 to go.
Oh, slide up by the 7. Fenris is just hoping, praying for a miracle that that 7 does not get around his teammate. Holy Divines
Perk
inside the
moved
top
up the
10.
track. That's going to possibly cost him some spots.
Sterlo under
Midnight.
Perk. Impact under Perk.
Now Divine looking
Here
to challenge
comes-
for 5th.
Yeah, he's gonna have to give it up.
Irish
There's
with
no
a
momentum
run.
there.
Sterlo.
But Sterlo up there.
Yeah, he is. He's got his teammate pushing him. It's gonna help out Sterlo. It's gonna impact.
But
Is not gonna
Irish
get the
with
benefit
arc.
though. He's getting the run. Massive run there. He's gonna get to the outside of line with Impact following him. Side by side for the lead. Oh, Holy up the track into Fenris! Fenris nearly in the wall. He is!
Irish with
Fenris
a
in the
big
wall.
move on the top. Both able to get by line. Perk down for 3rd.
Sterlo. Sterlo on the bottom.
Great
He's
battle
trying to
here.
make a move.
Between Irish and Sterlo.
Fenris, a key position. If Irish can't win, Fenris has dropped back to the rear. He
Impact
hit the
coming.
wall and bounced off of it. 6 to go. We're 1 more lap to no more cautions. Impact up to second. His
Now
teammate in the
Perk.
lead. Here comes Perk.
Perk looking for 3rd.
Irish has to get in line. Fall behind Perk and just live another day.
5 to go.
You gotta know when to give it up. Gotta give it up now. Let Perk catch up to the top 2 again. They are teammates. As Sterlo is trying to win his first race of the season, trying to officially lock himself in. I think he's already good on points, but it would just cement it. Whereas Impact is trying to get his 3rd win on the season since I think he won back-to-back and hasn't won since. So he needs to get a victory under his belt to be a championship contender. 4 to go.
Fenris got passed by Lefty, almost wrecked on the backstretch now.
Irish
Fenris
under
having
Perk.
to deal with R4D and more problems for Fenris.
He's just dropping right now. He's not in a good situation, and it is costing him.
They'll stop to a hold away.
Luckily for him, iTrip has also struggled a little bit. He hasn't been able to get through the field. So that is a good situation for him overall. As B13's making a move on Perk. As we're under 3 laps to go.
K-Therm's into the wall. He's going to a stop right in front of him.
That's in the rear. Oh yeah, he's gone. That's his race over. 2 laps to go at Chicagoland. It's going to be a duel to the finish between teammates. If they make a mistake, though, Irish is still there. 2 laps to go. Sterlo, Impact, and Irish. 3 guys we used to see in the Premier Series. Now Impact in the NXT Series due to a work schedule, trying to get his 3rd win on the season. Sterlo trying to get his 1st in the series as we're coming to white flag this time by. It's been a whale of a show at Chicagoland. We've had all types of moments. White flag in the air. It's been fuel. It's been running out of fuel. It's been great battles as we're coming to 1 and 2 for the last time.
I expect Impact to be a guard here for Sterlo.
Yeah, I would say they both don't want him to win. Impact to the bottom! He got the lane! Oh, no, he didn't. Here we go in 3 and 4 for the last time. Impact, he slides up the track right in front of Irish. They're going to get the momentum off to the back bumper. Sterlo, he goes. And Impact, Sterlo's going to get it done. He wins it at Chicagoland. Irish gets heartbreak for 3rd, and Impact finishes 2nd. 4th is going to be
Line cone.
the 5th is B13. Heartbreak for Irish. As he needed to get a win, we gotta check the point situation, but I think Fenris did just enough to get himself into the next round. I also want to know where Tripp finished if possible. Master Killer maybe might have gotten a better finish than I thought, Hendrick. I don't know where he got it.
Points real quick.
All types of moments tonight. Fuel, people running out on the backstretch. Good racing. Only one. I fully believe this is a really good series.
Who was in the 36 car tonight?
Dusty.
That was
Dusty,
Dusty.
okay.
I really thought
I'm
on
just seeing in the chat that someone's already called them out for something, so.
fastest lap tonight goes to Sterlo, our race winner. I thought overall, I enjoyed the racing. I thought for a race where we had 30 plus people, we only had one big one, and it was a misjudgment by one of the top drivers of the night, Asylums. So overall, I'd rate it a good race. Hello? Okay,
Yep.
we're working. So, alright,
we
let
need
me get
Mets in
Sterlo
here.
in here. Of course, Mr. Mets fan. Invited me to parties. Hello, Mr. Mets fan. So, what do we do? For a party audio? So for party, you stop it, and then you add it, re-add it again? Okay. Alright, there we go. Do that real quick.
You were doing so good, Mets, and then you got clobbered.
He has
I
fun.
know.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. Alright. I call the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
We all know what winner you were going for.
Whoa! No,
Bren was
no.
going after that one wiener, huh?
No, 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 no. Hell nah. I'm not going after. No. I'm not. Okay. A lot of people think that I'm not gay. I am not gay. Third place. At least. At least third place. And are we doing 5,
It would be
Hendrick? You wanna
Irish.
do 5?
It's up to you.
Irish fine cone. and whoever was
That's too
fifth.
many fucking people.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
just
that's
do
a shit
three.
ton.
Do 3.
Brandon is perfectionist.
Is Irish third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get him in.
Hopefully he didn't
Alright.
get enough points to advance.
Damn. Yes, he did
He
miss
missed
the last 2
2,
weeks.
so he would have had a win probably today.
He had to win it.
Yeah, they were
He
starting
did, but it
parts,
was
but
plus. It was minus
like
20.
It was like 10 or 11 points each race.
No,
they were
he
starting
had
parts.
those.
All right. All right, Hendrik, you can do first or second, third and second, and I'll do the winner.
Thank God I don't have to talk to
Alright,
Bryn.
well, first things first, we're going to start with our third place finisher, the driver of the 7, Mr. Irish. Irish, make sure your audio is included.
Always is, buddy.
Alright, buddy. Well, first things first, congrats on the top 3. I know entering tonight, you were in a pretty bad situation with the points. So let me first off ask you this question here. Do you think you did enough to put yourself in a spot to advance?
I'm not sure. Had a really strong race. Hopefully it was enough.
So obviously you were leading a good portion of the end there, but then that final caution came out. You were pinned into third, and then in those final couple of laps, you were trapped behind both Sterlo and Impact. With them being teammates, did you think that it would be possible that you would be able to get by at least one of them, if not both of them, at the end?
Well, I was really hoping for a dive bomb situation from the 10 to the 16 on that last lap. Um, Took a really high entry, backed it up, and I was ready to shoot down underneath both of them. But the 16 put a really good block on the 10 down the back straightaway and kind of took away all the 10's momentum. So there was either he was going to dump him and I was going to pass him, or they were going to finish 1-2. So it was a hell of a fun race though.
So now looking forward, whether you are in the playoffs or not, that next race would be at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. How confident are you with Pocono and the Xfinity cars?
Yeah, I'm winning that.
Oh, well, that's a clear answer. All
I
right,
won Pocono in the
Premier.
2022 cars recently in the Premier Series, right before I had to, step away for a little while.
That is fair.
Looking forward to going back to back there.
All righty. Well, Irish, before I let you go here, do you have any special shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, man, ALTM top fives, third, fourth, and fifth. Real strong day for us just to extend our dominating points lead. Looking forward to hoisting that trophy.
All righty. Well, Irish, congrats on the top 3 finish. We'll see if it's enough for you to advance on to the next round or if you fell just short. But regardless, I wish you the best of luck at Pocono next Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be here. Thank you.
No problem. All right. And then on to our second place finisher, someone that we announced earlier would be advancing into the next round. That would be the driver of the 10, Mr. Impact. Impact, make sure your audio is included.
Yep, I'm good.
All right, bud. Well, first off, congrats on P2. So I think you were aware of the situation there with Sterlo and the point situation for him entering tonight. Did that give you any insight when you were right there behind him in those last few laps?
No, not really. I just kind of during the race just rode around because I knew I was good on points, and then at the end, I was trying to push Sterlo as far as out front as I could so we could have a battle at the end. But Irish caught up, and then on that last lap, I got to Sterlo's inside a little bit, and he threw a block. It really wasn't a block. He hit me in the right front, and I could have sent it, but I figured I'd have got tight, and Irish would have passed both of us, and I didn't need him to win because of the point situation. So I just backed it off and settled for second. And
So now for you, going into next week, now you will have something to fight for with all of those 10 drivers left being back to default. So for you, how confident are you in being able to start your run towards a potential championship 4 spot next week at Pocono?
Uh, Pocono is not one of my strong tracks. Actually, I don't have any strong tracks. It's just surviving. Is the turn one is usually my biggest issue. Uh, I tend to go a little high for some reason, and then people get underneath me, and then I end up tagging the outside wall, and then that just kills your whole stretch right there, that whole run. So try to minimize that mistake and, see where I'm at the end.
All right. Well, Impact, before I let you go here, do you have any special shout outs you'd like to give before Bren hears from our winner tonight?
No, just shout out to Sterlo, good race. He easily could have lost that one, but the old wise man let him live another one. Yeah.
All righty. Well, Impact, congrats on P2. Congrats on advancing to the next round. Well deserved. I wish you the best of luck in continuing your pursuit for a championship spot next Saturday night.
Yep, thank you.
No problem. And with that, Bren will go on ahead and interview our winner.
All right. Hello, Mr. Sterlo. Make sure you include your audio. We talked to you earlier about Chicagoland. Talked about how you were on the outside not really on the outside looking in, just having a good run tonight, trying to get your first win on the season, and you finally did it, Sterlo. It took a while. I thought you were going to get it earlier in the season, but you finally got your first win on the season in the Xfinity Series. Give me your thoughts on Chicagoland and how are you able to hold on at the end there?
Yeah, luckily, Impact was able to keep up. He's old, so it's hard for him to stay with us young bucks sometimes. So, but he did.
Popping pills during the race.
Damn.
blood pressure ones, that is.
He did a good job. I knew if I wanted anyone behind me in the closing laps, he was definitely going to be my first option. He stuck with me, and yeah, I about gave another one away for sure, and which wouldn't have been a shocker, but he honestly probably gave me the benefit of the doubt. Getting in a 30, he could have ran me up the track, but the respect level between us and the friendship probably played a big role into that. So I am happy to get this win. Really, my big picture is Monday. I do want to go to the Final Four and I do want to win the championship, but to be honest, if I don't, then it's no big deal for me in here. Mondays is my main priority. That's one where I really want to get the win. So if we can secure that one at Dover, that would just be icing on the cake, and we'll see where we stack up.
Well, next week for this series is Pocono. So what are your thoughts on that track, and do you have any special shoutouts going to the next round?
Yeah, Pocono probably run maybe 15th to 16th. Probably just
He loves running 15th to
God.
16th, huh?
probably just manage.
He loves
track
running that
position.
spot.
So, yeah, just try to get a top 20, I would say. Try to qualify top 15 if we can do that. And yeah, just try to make our way to the front slowly and fast at the same time. But yeah, if we just go to next week, get a top 20, top 15, I'll be happy with it.
Well, obviously, you're setting your expectations low to go above and beyond. Either way, it was a fun race to watch. You guys had fun dueling at the end there. Chicagoland, I would say it was a pretty good night for you, Sterling. You finally got the first win on the season. Congrats to you. Hopefully you have a good night, and we'll be seeing you next week, maybe.
Yep, appreciate it. Shout out to Georgia Dog Racing Team, Doghouse Racing. He's giving me the boot at the end of the season, so I had to show him up real quick and get that dub. But honestly, shout out to his team there, and glad to get a 1-2 finish for him.
Gotcha. All right, guys. You have a great night, Sterlo. We'll be hearing from you whenever you most likely get a top 3 or top 5 again. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight. We're going to go over the results very quickly. I will do 1 through 10, Hendrik will do 11 through 20, and we'll go from then on. First place, of course.
I'm going to note after we do the results real quick, I do have the points done for the first round.
Alright, he will give you an update on the points as well. So, winning his first, goddamn English. Winning his first race on the season is Sterlo. Finishing second is Impact. They both dueled at the end for the win. Irish heartbreakingly finished third. He needed a win to get in. Was not able to get it. Fourth is Line Cone, who was inside the top 5 all day long. B13, another good result for him. He recovered to 5th. 6th is Spartan. Dusty in the 36th recovered to 7th. Asylums, who won a stage, only finished 8th after losing some track position off a caution. Fell back to 8th. Got back inside the top 10 after falling outside the top 10 for a little bit. Got back up there. He finished 8th. 9th is Perk in the 98. He had speed all night long. Was inside the top 10 for majority of the night. And then 10th was last week's second place finisher, Melodramatic.
Next up, Holy Vines, Mr. Midnight, good run for the 99, was up in the top 10 in the late portion, able to get a top 12, gets P11. Stein, one of our stage winners tonight, gets P12. He won the opening stage, unfortunately got caught up in some late stuff, but not a bad finish at all for the 54. T-Stone in the 78, at one point we saw him underneath the white line. However, the end of this race still finishes on the first half of the leaderboard. He gets 13th. EXO in the 21 car, able to get P14. Wasn't involved in a lot of messes, but wasn't involved in any towards the end. So top 15 for EXO. And then Georgia in the 18, who I will officially announce is into the next round, is 15th. iTrip in the 0 in 16th. We'll see if he did enough, as he did get ahead of some of the bubble drivers. Leppy in the 11 in 17th. I will say that his chances have been officially confirmed as over.
Squashed.
He is eliminated, sadly, but hopefully we'll see more from him later on in the season. R4D in the 93 taking over for GS tonight, getting 18th place. Nate in the 68, who restarted 4th on that last restart, fell to 19th. And then Fenris was just able to get a top 20. We'll see if that's enough for him. It will be close.
I think that would save him, honestly, because it only 4 spots difference. It might not be enough, but we'll see. Yeti finished 21st. 22nd was Do Prime. 23rd was Savage. 24th was Master Killer, so Master Killer also going to be officially eliminated after having a bad run tonight, finished worse than Fenris, so he's officially eliminated in 24th. 25th was Cowboy Tech. Tyreek Speed finished 26th. 27th was Aspires. Mets Fan finished a lap down in 28th. And then K-Therms, he finished 29th. I think he's good because of other weeks, but we don't know. 29th is super far back, so we'll see how that works out for him. And SP Motors rounds out your field. May have lagged out. I think he did early on.
All right, so.
All right, Hendrik.
Here is your official final points in this first round. I did do these throughout the race, so there shouldn't be any errors here. Obviously, Yeti and Serlo locked in with wins. Lon Kung was already announced locked in. He finished, looking at this, 68 points above the cut. Impact in the 10, he finishes 46 above. He was already announced in. Same with Dark Spartan, who was 45 above the cut. B13, he finishes 42 ahead. He is good to go. Perk, locked in, 28 above. He got a top 10 tonight. He is safe. Same with Georgia, who was 22 above the cut line. And then for those eliminated, we already mentioned R4D, Leppy, Dodge Dakota, Master Killer is Brent confirmed.
Not R4D. Not R4D.
Oh yeah, GS, but okay, yeah,
GS.
I know, yeah. So Master Killer, the 39, he is out 9 below the cut line. Now for the next guy in, that is K-Therms. 29th place, still good enough. He finishes 12 above the cut. Next guy out, or the second person out of the points, is iTrip. iTrip finishes 7 below the cut line. And then the final spot between Fenris and Irish. The final spot is going to go to Irish. Irish did
Oh
enough.
shit!
Irish was
Wow.
able to gain enough on the finishing result to advance to
How
the
much?
next round. He was 14 behind going into the final stage. And as from the race results, Irish finished more than 14 spots ahead. Irish finished third. Fenris 20th. That is 17 spots.
Oh,
So
the
Irish
wall
3
contact.
points above the cut over Fenris.
Yeah, the little wall contact that I saw in the back of the field ended up costing Fenris his playoff chances. That's heartbreak for him, but Irish is going to be elated as he's... Irish is elated though.
Yeah!
I muted myself. I deserve that, to be honest. I accidentally muted myself. But yeah, Irish is elated. He should be thrilled now as he had to work his way. Didn't get the win, but still got himself locked in. well, yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, that is definitely going to be a factor now, Hendrick, as now Irish is in the playoffs, and Fenris, heartbreak for him, again, just like in the regular season finale, he gets eliminated by 3 spots. Literally by a mistake that he got walled up in the track, ran high, tapped the wall, fell all the way back to 20th, and that eliminated him from the playoffs. I feel horrible for him, and he just doesn't have any luck. I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. I don't know what happened to Hendrick. It's either I lagged or... Is he still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're still here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, Hendrick. I think we're ready to get it done. Fenris gets eliminated, sadly, due to finishing 20th. Mets fan, do you have anything else to say before we end this outro?
Very good race, very proud. 30 people, Chicagoland, and only 2 cautions. And very happy. I did have an incident where I called a caution during the pit cycle, and they thought I called it right away, and I wanted to give it like a lap or two to make sure everybody got through their
So
pit
weird.
cycle. And but besides that, very good. Didn't want people left down or going 5 miles, losing gas because we were during the pit cycle while we were under caution like we normally do. So tried that. It worked out for the better part at the end of it, but it was a headache at one time. And then Spartan had an issue, not knowing if he races back to the line or B13 races back. So that was an issue. Besides that, good job from everybody. 30 people, 3 cautions I think it was total. Because I think after that pit cycle,
Do
it
we
was
have
like,
3?
yeah, I think we had a wreck 2
Man, I
laps after
didn't
that pit
seem like it
cycle.
was that much.
Yeah, it's not that much, Brent. I don't know. Count. 1, 2, 3. Um.
Um,
Besides
Tommy,
that,
yeah,
very cool.
yeah.
It wasn't like 5 cautions, Brent. It wasn't. It wasn't.
I know,
it
but I
wasn't-
felt like it was less. Because
Hey,
it felt
three's
so
okay.
good
It's
overall.
okay. It was great.
I know,
I'm,
it
I'm,
is.
I'm praising them. I'm not dissing them for 3 cautions. But very good. The Fast Guys. It's a great mixture of Premier, NXT, and Future Truck Series drivers. It's really fun in the back. So these 20 to 29. It's pretty fun in the back, honestly. Me, Master Killer, SP, Cowboy Tech. Might not be racing for top 15 or anything, but we're racing back there, having fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing that in the trucks when we're actually racing for top 5 and wins. But it was very good. Very proud of Xfinity on. Congratulations, top 10 drivers. And good luck next round.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. This race overall was very good. I loved it. Chicagoland, we had funny moments, by the way. I think we had 3 people running out. I think it was B13, Irish, and I don't think Line did, but they were getting pushed around the track. So we definitely had some funny moments. We saw Hendrick. Didn't we see like 6 people pushing? I think it was it?
B13.
It was pushing B13. It was so funny.
No,
we caught it on
I
stream
think
too.
I think the worst part was B13 missing pit road when it looked like
Yes,
he was in.
right. He missed pit road. Like, how do you do that? Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, I think the finish was exciting. I liked it. I love the racing. This series I feel like has been very, very good as of late.
Oh my
I
god,
think the racing's been great.
this series is light years ahead of fucking NXT. I dread Sundays, and Saturday nights are such a joy. And think about this: the best two series we have had Savage Race. NXT doesn't even have Savage Race, and it was great. No offense, Savage, but you
Well,
are you are one of the most one of the loud ones every week, and we enjoy you. But NXT doesn't even have Savage and yapping in the party with us or the voice channel. Are we still live?
well, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were still
Yes,
live.
we are
I'm
live.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I knew we were live.
God damn. No, like you said, this series has provided really good racing. I enjoy my commentary. First it started out as Backwoods. Technically, it's part of ODRO now. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Chicagoland, fun track, good racing. Overall, solid playoff changes. Fenris losing to Irish. I'm gonna send it out to Hendrick to finish it off because tonight was great.
Alrighty. Well, that is it for Backwoods tonight. Obviously, congrats to those who advanced into the next round, and especially congrats to Sterlo on getting the dub. We'll see what happens when these 10 drivers go on to Pocono next week to begin the second round of the playoffs and the last round until we know who will be our championship 4 contenders in a few weeks. But with that being said, I'm Regular Show 48. I'm going to sign this one off. Again, NXT tomorrow night at 9:30. Stay tuned for that. That will be at Indianapolis tomorrow night. Monday, ODRO premiere at Dover at 9:30 Eastern. And then obviously Wednesday, the podcast at 10:20 Eastern. So a lot still left here within the next few days. But I'm Regular Show 48, sign on out. Again, thank you for everyone for watching. Thanks to Bren for being in the booth, as always. I'm signing on out. You guys have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.
Dummy!